My name is Andy Lewis. I'm currently the publisher of the Woodville Republican newspaper. The paper was founded in 1824 and has been in my family since 1879. So the paper's been open for 197 years.
Yes, and they sound so tired. Well, they probably got up.
The first owner and how the paper began in Woodville, Mississippi.
Okay. The first paper was the Woodville Republican. It was founded in Wilkes County in Woodville by Mr. W.A.A. Chisholm. He borrowed $1,000 and bought the equipment to run the newspaper, and he was the founding father of the Woodville Republican.
What would be some things that are posted in the earlier papers?
Legal notices, foreclosures, lands for sale, miracle drugs, ointments, club meetings, Oddfellows, Masonic meetings, births and deaths. Okay. The first paper was the Woodville Republican. It was founded in Wilkes County in Woodville by Mr. W.A.A. Chisholm. He borrowed $1,000 and bought the equipment to run the newspaper, and he was the founding father of the Woodville Republican. Legal notices, foreclosures, lands for sale, miracle drugs, ointments, club meetings, Oddfellows, Masonic meetings, births and deaths. Early 1879, and my family has run it since then. It was passed on to my grandfather in 1900, to my father in 1935, and to me in 1981.
How did your family adapt to the new technology of printing paper?
Well, in my lifetime here, I graduated from college in 1975 and came back home to work with my parents. We were still using the old hot type form, which you melted lead and reformed it into letters and advertisements, and did that for several years. And then we went to the hot cold type, which we use photosensitive paper to create the words for the paper. Then from there we went to computers, which is what we use now. We use the Macintosh computers and InDesign program to produce the paper.
When you took over the newspaper, how did people get subscriptions for the paper?
At that time, we sent the majority of the papers out by subscriptions, by mail, in county, in state, and out of state. We send them all over the United States, and sometimes when serviceman is overseas, we'll send them a paper. But paid subscriptions, mail, and then we put out newsstands copies for people to purchase over the county. Won't you just shut that door? It won't bother me.
I may have to ask that question over because I think that Noah's took out some of the words.
That's fine.
Okay. What were some of the business practices that you changed when you acquired the newspaper?
We were talking about subscriptions.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I can go to the next one. I think we've talked about subscription. Let's just start with that one again.
How did people acquire subscriptions when you first started on the paper?
Subscriptions, the majority of our papers are distributed by mail, so they buy subscriptions, annual subscriptions to the paper, and we mail them to wherever their home address, business address. We also have over-the-counter sales, which local stores sell our papers by the copy.
Okay. Were there any hardships when you first started running the newspaper?
You talking about me individually?
Yeah.
No, I had worked with my parents from 1975 to 1981 when I became editor, and then 10 years later I became publisher. So I was working with my parents, and we had a system that worked. Uh, we put out the 150th anniversary of the paper in 1974, and that was using the hot type method, and then we changed to photosensitive paper at production, and then to the computer for production, and it just, we made the changes when we had to keep up with the latest technology.